Okay, so this is Nimzo. This is actually High Masters, so kind of back in the other.
Okay.
And so this is asking about taking good engagements with Lingbane Ultra versus Terran.
Oh, awesome! This will be a fun one. What are your thoughts as a Protoss player? What do you think is the main key of engaging with that?
You spread it out, and
Yep.
then you F2 and you A move.
See, that's the mistake. 2 control groups and attack 2 different areas. Don't micro them, but you attack 2 different locations. And one side will get cleaned up, and the other side will kill like 50 SCVs, and it's all fine. It's like literally, your opponent gets to 5 bases, and you're like, you can't defend both sides. Like, it's like how Dark beat Maru with like just like Lingbane Hydra, and I was like, huh. If Maru built a planetary in front of his planetary, he actually would have held on and got ahead in this game. But no one's going to build a planetary in front of their planetary or have like 2 tanks behind the planetary on both sides of the map. So anyways, okay. Let's fast forward through to that stage then, because I don't want to get too bogged down. We want to look at everyone's replays and answer their questions specifically. Everyone's addicted to this front base. If you're going to take the front base, that should be your second gas. And take advantage of the Rich Geyser, which he's going to do. I mean, it's not bad. 2-1-1's coming in, not too late here. But we have 7 queens, 36 slings, 50 drones, double Evo on the way. So this is really good from Nimzo. The only thing is Nimzo should build an extra Overlord or 2. He should have pulled back that Overlord, and that Overlord. So whenever you're up against the 2-1-1 guys, these Overlords great for spotting Hellions, but not so important in this scenario. We also put down a shit ton of creep tumors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is why we only have 1, 2 transfusers. We easily could probably have 3 or 4 transfusers ready. Doesn't matter, I think 2 is enough. The other thing is often you want to spread your queens out in a line so that they can all shoot at once. And that way you can be like, volley, medevac's gone. As it is though, Baneling Nest is on the way, which is really good because if they stay non-stop marine production, make shields, and just come with like 4 medevacs with combat shields and 1-1 or +1, you can get overwhelmed. This is terrible. You should not be that far off creep with queens. That's like asking to get all your queens killed. Oh, dude. Oh, Christmas came early for Thrive here. That's so bad. We also haven't finished droning, which is a little bit of a problem. So, you know, our droning is not bad, but only 55 workers. I really feel like if you shut down the first wave of 2-on-1, just go straight to 66 drones, and then you're all good. Now, obviously, because Nimzo sees the mineral lines are saturated, Nimzo's being like, I am saturated. It's like, no, you haven't taken your gases yet. So, Nimzo now builds 16 workers. At this point, you should be back on Lingbane production. But because Nimzo like didn't quite finish the drones till now Nimzo finds himself actually taking a little bit of damage and things getting just a little bit chaotic. Losing the queens early means he's, you know, this is being a bit annoying. I would have put down a few spores, especially since, you know, we're getting circles run around us, but this damage shouldn't have come in quite as hard as it could. I mean, we're going to be fine. Our creep spread's been amazing, so Nimzo's kicking ass, don't get me wrong. But it's just, this could have been a lot cleaner, and we could have been way ahead here. You know, we're giving too much chaos, too many openings to the Terran, and ooh, damn, yeah, we're giving too many openings. I mean, fortunately for us, the Terran macro hasn't been great. You know, he's only on 45 SCVs. Even after all this damage, he's like, well, I'm not really ahead. So many queens have fallen. Holy shit. Okay, so here's the other thing. If you guys want to play a lower gas straight to Ultra style, where you just Queen Lingbane to Ultra, yeah, you've got to keep the queens alive. And I actually am a big fan of splitting your queens into 2 control groups. We saw Rogue do this at IEM Katowice earlier this year, and he took Innovation to Dicktown. He was like, hey, Innovation, do you know what 90 drone Lingbane looks like when you only have like 3 or 4 gas geysers? And Innovation was like, what? Why wouldn't you have that gas geysers? And Rogue was like, so I can build 300 Zerglings a minute. And Innovation was like, what? And then we just saw like Lingbane just fucking flood, and it was like a zombie apocalypse movie. You're like, okay, this is fucked up. Is this the last wave from They Are Billions? Like, it was disgusting. But what was cool is Rogue split he actually had 2 queen defense keys. So, you know, normally you'd have a queen hotkey for your defense, and then you'd also have maybe a Mutalisk key. In this case, there's a single Zergling on that muta key. Because you're not building mutas, you actually have 3 queens on number 3, 3 queens on number 2. And that way, when they multi-drop, you can have 3 queens on one side, 3 queens on the other. So you don't have that thing where they drop, pick up, move there, drop, pick up, move there, and bounce between the bases. This scenario here, you can have 3 queens come down here, and you can still have 3 queens on the front in case the medevacs are poking around there. So this is a really cool adjustment. where if we've seen people lose with this style, most of the time it's from multi-drops. So I love that we've seen spores. These spores are in the wrong position. No one's ever going to drop here. They should be on the edges of the map. There. One here, or just put them up here actually is even better, probably. I mean, one spore over here, it's not bad. Maybe some people start dropping it, but I think having the drop down here, the spores on the edges is a little better. But having queens in 2 groups, even better. Makes a huge difference. So this is something I'm very passionate about because I love a good Ling Bane style. And if you guys are ever behind against Terran playing Ling Bane, stop at just 3 gas geysers, no more than that, and just focus on your Ling upgrades and pure Ling Bane production. Because you actually don't need nearly as many drones and you can still make a gigantic Ling Bane army, all the mid-game engagements, your army is way stronger than it normally would be. So even if you've taken a lot of damage, you can still crush a mid-game fight or 2, kill a bunch of bio tank, and then be ahead in the game, even if the game started out in a bad way for you. But yeah, once again, guys, where's that queen hotkey? Where is it? It's down the front. He doesn't want to pull it back for this. But because of that, this drop's able to run circles around us. What the fuck's going on? The other thing here is we did finally set up a drop defense squad, but that's on number 2. That doesn't really make sense to me because that's normally an army key. That could be infestors. That's going to be muters in a lot of situations. I feel like this tells me we don't have an organized drop defense squad. Whereas I see number 4 free, and I see number 7 free. I mean, obviously you can make some custom hotkeys on like W, caps lock, tilde. If you guys don't know what tilde is the key just to the left of number 1. Look down at your keyboard, left of number 1, tilde. Caps lock down below that usually isn't used for anything either. Some people's computers jam up if you press caps lock too much, but most don't. Yeah, so I feel like Nimzo's not as used to moving that squad around automatically, whereas if you're like, oh no, every game, number 4 is my drop defense squad, you literally can see a dot on the minimap coming into your main. You don't even look at it. You just grab your group and move it to the edge that you see it dropping in, and you don't even look at it. You keep spreading creep. And that's like an amazing way of doing it. It's really nice. So, of course, this is a Masters 1 ZvT. We're getting into Ultras. Our opponent has managed to make it to 4 bases, is getting 3-3, has shit all production, only 6 barracks, 2 factories. My man! Ooh, and we've had 90 drones for a while here. I mean, it took us a while to get into Ultras. I feel like we probably could have just won with Ling Bane at this point. Because the Ultra Tech was late. So, I mean, we've got so much money. Why didn't we do a gigantic Ling Bane attack? I mean, maybe we weren't confident attacking. Okay, fair enough. I wish we had Burrow or Overlords pooping creep or burrowed Lings here. At least we have Ling spotters, which is nice. We are spreading creep quite well, especially now that we've asserted a bit of control. We've got a lot of queens, but they're kind of spread all over the place. So I find, okay, we're injecting every hatch. Are we? I think we're trying to inject every hatch. I feel like the queens are just spread a bit too thin. And it's just kind of wasted supply, having like 2 queens at each hatch, because it's not enough to really shoot down and drop. And it's like, they're not control grouped. So I think Nimzo's using a spamming injecting method, and it does lead to us having a little bit of excess supply. I'd prefer more of those queens, especially at this stage when we're building ultras, very supply heavy units all together. Where's that drop defense squad? Why is this still chilling in the main base? So at this point, we should have mined that down, and we should have moved spore crawlers and 1 queen squad down to here. Right now, we are getting destroyed by double drops. So what we should have done is we should always think about zoning out the edges. These spores that I was talking about should be really thick on the edges. They should have moved down to here with those 3 queens and the Ling Bane. And then we can also have moved spores up there and have a little squad of Ling Bane up here if we need it, right? Because we're missing that, it's going to make things really hard for us. These drops are just killing bases. They're pulling our army out. Now this Ling Bane, I think that was meant to be a counterattack, actually gets decent hits because it drags an insane amount of splash damage onto their own units. But we're kind of struggling here because we're letting our opponent pull us around. Also, at this point, why do we not have a Spire? We've had 90 drones for a long time. There is no reason not to have a Spire. Liberators the counter to Ultras. You need that Spire. Corruptors cleaning up the drops, and also, of course, engaging the army would make our life so much easier. At this point, we really just need to A-move and just go kill our opponent. We haven't tried to do a Ling Bane counterattack for a long time. Here's a tip, guys. If you ever feel pressured, if you ever feel like you're in big trouble as a Zerg, because they're dropping, I'm on the defensive. Well, number 1, like I said, become more systematic about your drop defense squad. Become more systematic about zoning out those drops on the edges. They drop in the middle, it's not as big of a problem. Your army's always somewhere in a central position. Now, how can you do something? A very low APM thing is use control group stealing. If you don't use control group stealing, fucking learn to do it for this reason, if no other. Box a pack of Ling Bane here, put that on number 0 or some fucking shitty key you're never even planning to use, and go A move, shift A move. Or just click, shift, click. Get it into a position where the next time, once they're all clumped up, they're ready, you can just A-move them into your opponent's natural. And even if the units don't trade that well, it's just about forcing your opponent to go, oh, fuck, there's Ling Bane coming in. I got to run the SCVs away. I got to lift the command center. I got to grab units from my rally. Oh, shit, they're walled out. I got to lower the depot. I got to raise the depot to make sure they don't get in there. The amount of APM you can force a Terran player to do from small Ling counters is insane. And the amount of damage you can do with medium or large Ling Bane counters is crazy. So you guys should really, if you're ever feeling like, I just can't get in control, fucking grab a bunch of shit and just send it for a counter attack. And the more you do that against a Terran, don't think about the efficiency of that, especially when you've got a big bank or a big economy like Nimzo does. Just think about it as a way of forcing your APM to not be as all over you. Right now, Thrive's like, clear creep, drop here, clear creep, drop here, macro, clear creep, drop here, macro. Thrive is in the fucking zone. He is in a beautiful fucking just beautiful state right now. What is it? What's it? Flow state? He's in flow state. It's like, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. You can't let your opponent just play the way they want to do. The moment you start running Lings and Banes into his base, all he's going to hear in his head is fucking Zerg is overpowered. This is unfair. This is unfair. Look at how much I have to click. His whiny Terran brain is going to kick in. If you're not making your opponent's whiny Terran brain kick in, you're doing it wrong, guys. You've got to make your opponent's whiny Terran brain kick in. So this attack is right before all the Banelings finished morphing. Oh my god. So that was a really awkward attack. Those Banes should have crashed into that bio there. It's still going to be a clearance, and we've still got such a big bank we should win, I think. But yeah, like the Lings went in first. Oh my god, I can't believe we lost that fight. Oh no. Ultras, 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 ultras. Okay, we have got ultras on the way. We should have made ultras first because that spends the bank. I know Ling Bane builds faster, but yeah. The next fight, we just got to A-move, right? So one thing is we keep A-moving from really far away, and our Ling Bane gets left behind. Why is there an ultra there? Oh, so we were trying to do that counter attack I was talking about, I guess. Okay. And that's nice. Lings get in, kill a command center. We're going to go for an attack. Once again, the Banelings are a little bit far behind. You got to clump up a little bit more, spread your units there. As always, come from two sides. I mean, we should have split our army from there. The thing is, we waited a while there, and for like, we could have waited a bit longer and then sent the ultras in, leading the pack, right? We only just started the Spire, which is really late, really late. A few Corruptors in here is essential, because now these Libs are so annoying. As it is, though, if we just keep making Ultra Ling Bane, that's fine. Split our army up, though. Like, right now, we should be like, cool, I pushed him back, split these guys up here. And then if he pushes on the south, you run in and kill this planetary. This base has been undefended this whole time. This natural has been undefended most of the time. He's only done that because we just pushed. And we do need to keep securing bases and actually rebuilding drones at this point because our economy is not as big as we think it is. But, I mean, we've been pushed back. Let's see what we do here. Okay, yeah. I mean, look how much fucking damage that's insane how much damage that just did. Okay, so he's got Mass Corruptor Ghost. We don't have anything that shoots up, and we're going to attack into that. Fuck no. Even without seeing the ghosts, you've got nothing that shoots up. Why would we possibly engage this? Just go attack his natural, and it's the easiest win of your life, Nimzo. Also, we're attacking from one side once again, with Banelings not finished morphing, and our army is kind of like spread out in a line. This is really bad. If we were going to attack from this side, I would move my army this way, so it's like spread there, and then I would crash downwards. And even that would not be a great engagement. We'd rather come from two sides, there and there. But once there's Liberators out like this, you need to have a pack of Corruptors. You want to use as many Abducts as possible to yank them out of their liberation zone, right? You just like yank, 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 yank. Pull like 4 or 5 of them out. But yeah, we should have base traded here. Liberators are not good units when they're not sieged up. So whenever your opponent goes heavy lib, just attack where the Liberators aren't, and they will automatically take really bad trades. But yeah, we just got kind of dicked here because we were way too slow to a counterattack. We didn't flank our opponent when we were attacking. We kept attacking disjointed, one piece and then another piece. So these were just very sloppy engagements. We built an amazing economic advantage. But you know what? I think we could have won even easier if we go back to the start and say, hey, wait a second. Why didn't we drone consistently after defending the initial wave of the 2-1-1? If we can drone to 66 a bit quicker, split our queens into 2 different defense squads instead of running all the way off creep, this early game is so much more chilled for us, and honestly, the first time he moves out on the map, we could just roll in with Ling Bane. If he moves out to take a third, we probably could have rolled in with Ling Bane, because we would have just been so far ahead off that opening. As it stands, though, yeah, Spire needs to go down way earlier. We had a crazy good economy in this game. If you can't afford the Spire because you're in a lower economy, more scrappy game, skip the Spire, but do a lot more backstabbing and counter-attacking so the Liberators can't force a fight. You never engage where the Liberators want to fight. That never works out well for you as a sword. Oof. Nice push, nice push. All right. It's so funny, we did so much damage. We're actually still in this game. Whereas that push, like, that was like 3 really terrible fights in a row. That's actually crazy that we're still in this game. That's a testament to the economy that Nimzo built up. I think we've already talked about it, though. We'll try to find one more engage just to take a look at it. There are still 2 Vipers alive, and they're on max energy, which is great. So we actually, yeah, we still have the killer army. We still should be attacking from both sides, definitely. If we want to attack, it's like split your army, A move down here, A move up there. But because there is a lot of Liberators, it's kind of nasty. We'd probably want to be setting up a few more Lings on the map, spreading our creep out. I would rebuild the economy a little bit more if I could, but let's just look for that next engage. It's going to be Mass, Bio, Lib, Ghost up against Lingbane Ultra. And if that Lingbane Ultra can flank, it's going to be huge. But so far, Nimzo has not flanked in any of these engagements. So I'm going to talk about the exact control of how you guys want to split your army up effectively. And this is just a habit a lot of players have not built. They know how to do it. They just don't, they haven't internalized that they should do it every single time before a fight, right? So number 1 here, I would actually say, like I said, your counterattack or drop defense squad should not be on number 2, right? That should be on number 4 or like number 6 or something. It should be on a different key. Because I really wish number 2 right now was just our army. I wish our army was half on number 1 here, half on number 2 here. And then you just wait for him to come out. Or if you're going to go on him, your army's already pre-split. So you can move that army to there, another army to here, and then you can just sandwich this from 2 sides. But I think we're way too much in like a one big control group syndrome. And right now we are attacking around a piece of terrain. This is our target. This is an obstacle. And we're going to attack around it. Okay, this is so important, guys. This is actually crazy. Check this out. Check this out. My man! Hey, Nimzo. Thank you for sending the replay in. This is awesome, dude. There's an even worse engagement coming. Oh, my. Yeah. So this is actually insane. Yeah, this is crazy. This is actually crazy. So, all right, let's see. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. All right, so guys, we need to get, of course, Kalaris on for this one. We're gonna. This is our target up here, partially off screen over there. This here is an obstacle. It might just look like a pretty statue, but it is an obstacle. Our army is all here. To get to that X, we need to go around, which means our units are going to clump up here, 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 and they're all going to get fucking stuck behind each other. This is bad. Do you agree, Kalaris?
Well, I want to take you over here, Pig, to get our first map.
Yeah, Pig, you're always right.
We do have the first map decided between these two. Where are we going first, and what are we looking at? So
I think that was the wrong voice line button, Kalaris. That was not what I wanted you to say there. But thank you, I guess. Not very useful. Not very useful, but okay. Fair enough. Let's watch. Let's watch it live. Now, a lot of the units did end up going on the right-hand side, but once again, all clumped up, coming from one direction. No pre-spreading beforehand. Feels like 1 or 2 more tanks behind the planetary as well. They would have got some brutal shots. Widow Mines would have got really brutal shots as well. And we get a planetary, but we take an absolutely god-awful fight. We have been 18,000 resources less efficient in this game. Holy shit. I mean, guys. Kalaris, how did he get to Masters League with fights like that?
In the games and things like that, but that's the kind of thing you expect in StarCraft 2.
Circle P.
You can be able to pull out some sneaky strategies, some little cheeky things, and you can get away with it.
Okay, so Kalaris is sitting. Nimzo's gotten there by just being a cheeky cheeser and doesn't actually know how to take good fight. Okay, sure. Nimzo's in chat, so I know he can take a light ribbing. He's also been warming us up for that fight, saying, look at how bad the next fight is. How you doing, Nimzo? We love you. Appreciate you sending a replay in, mate. Oh. got some fucking sad Pepes, man. Yeah, but honestly, it's just one of those things where if you build the habit of having this army spread into 2 groups, you literally can just chill in this game and be like, you know what? I'll keep poking with link counters and I'll wait for you to move out. And that would be amazing. The other thing is, look at the south side. It's not going to be the best fight, but if you did just attack with your whole army down here, Corruptors would kill those Liberators pretty quickly. Ultraling Bane could run in, kill the Planetarian, we could just disengage. But it's just one of these things where so many times we're just kind of running around with our army, and we clearly have an uncontrollable Zerg boner, and we feel like we need to use it. So just remember, Nimzo, use the waistband trick, and you will take much, much better fights in future. So tuck it away and save it for a more appropriate time. Waistband trick half the army on each side of the map. GG's. I'm not sure if we win that game. We had such a big economic lead. We massacred his economy with that his first Ling run buys. But yeah. The other thing is, if your army is all on one group, guys, what you do is you just shift click it. You box off the army, and you go shift click to the side, and then the side. So basically, it's like you just do a right angle. It's like go that way and then that way. And then you've got your own kind of 2 sides of their army. And you can fucking come in and kill the whole thing. And it works out really well.